Right. Very good morning, students. So, in the previous class, we finished about a statement for the horizontal projectile. Now, let us will go for the proof whether the path of the projectile is parabola or not. So that here, show that the path of the horizontal projectile is parabola. So, here is the path of the projectile is parabola. No? So, here it is projected horizontally from the top of a tower height h. It is projected with a velocity u along the horizontal direction. Therefore, there will be a acceleration is 0 because it is moving with a constant velocity. And thereafter, what happens? It is falling freely. For freely falling, however, it is u0, and there it is to be path of the projectile is parabola. In mathematical way that we have to show, then you take a first one along the horizontal direction, right? Along the horizontal direction that you take, whatever the components are there, you write here as it is projected with a velocity u, and along the horizontal direction acceleration is 0, time is equal to you say t, then it is parallel to the surface, no, you say x. Therefore, s is equal to ut plus half at square. S will be, you take as an x, u is u, time is t, half 0 t square. So, x is equal to ut, so that it is a horizontal distance is, we can also call it is horizontal distance, right, which we can say horizontal distance. So, from this t is equal to x by u, that body travels along the horizontal direction equal to time is x by u. This is in case of along the horizontal direction. Let us will go for the along the vertical direction, right. So, vertical in the sense is this is the path. For this path, what will happen? Let us, it is freely fall, u is equal to 0, and coming to the, it is parallel to the y-axis, and it is falling under a gravity, and t is equal to, we have x by u. Now, let us again you take s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is a y, u is 0 into t plus it is 1 by 2 g into t square. The t you take as the x by u whole square. Then therefore, the path will be y is equal to, it is g into x square by 2 into u square. So, here g by 2 u square is equal to a, then y is equal to ax square. So, this is will be the path of the projectile is parabola, because it is in the form of parabolic equation. In mathematics, it is an expression related to parabolic expression. So, that the y is equal to ax square, y is equal to ax square. It is related to parabolic path expression. Like it is the path of the projectile is horizontal projectile is parabola, it is proved. Now, let us we have to find the some parameters related to in this horizontal projectile. Once you look at here, when the body projected horizontally like this, therefore, there is a time taken to reach the ground. In this case, this time will be represented as the time of descent, because it is coming from the maximum height now. So that here you say for a maximum height, the body is coming from the maximum height and it is reaches to the ground. It is a time taken by a horizontal projectile to reach the ground from a maximum height of projectile. See, it is a time taken by a body reach the ground, right? Is we can say from top of a tower it is projected and it reaches the ground. So, it is we can call as a time of descent, right, because it is only, we have only time of descent, there is no time of ascent, because time of ascent is nothing but this. Is there any time of ascent? The body directly projected from the top of a tower. So that we have to find only time of descent, not required time of ascent, and as well as not required maximum height also, because the body only coming from the maximum height. In this case, let us s is equal to, you take here freely falling, no, u is equal to 0, and time you say td, and which is coming from the maximum height, that is h, a is equal to, you take as a g. So, how much time it will take? So, that is we can say s is equal to ut plus half at square. S will be, you take as h, u will be 0 into t half g td square. So, h is equal to, it is 1 by 2 g t square d. So 2h by g is equal to t square d. So that Td is equal to root over 2h by g. This is about a time of descent. It is a time taken by a freely falling body. It is a time taken by a freely falling body, or we can say it is a time taken by a horizontal projectile body. See, it is falling freely under a gravity. It is coming from the maximum height. That is the time taken to reach the ground from a maximum height of horizontal projectile. From a maximum height of horizontal projectile, which we can call as the time of descent. Let us in this, you take a range, because we have another one is range capital R. Sir, what will be the range? Look at, the range will be, it is actually from the foot of a tower, look at, it is actually striking at a point, some point on the ground. So this we can call as the range. The range of projectile, in case of a horizontal projectile, the range will be, look at, that is we can say range is equal to, we have to get, that is x you say. And here coming to the point is, it is under a falling freely, yes of course. It is falling freely, but it is traveling along the horizontal direction, no? That is we can call as a horizontal velocity. U is equal to ux is equal to u, and in a time of descent, that is 2h by g, which is reaching to the ground. Then therefore you take a s is equal to again ut plus half a t square. However, it is traveling along the horizontal direction with a constant velocity, so that you take as a is equal to 0, then s is equal to ut plus half 0 into t square. So s will be, you say, it is a range, u will be, you say, u only, and td, because 0 into this completely 0. Then range is equal to u into root over 2h by g. So this is the range. Range of projectile. Range of projectile will be like this. So you remember, I told you in the previous class examples related to horizontal projectile, that the body is thrown from the horizontally from a moving train. From a moving train, if the person in the train observes, it is look like a straight line. When the person is outside the train, it look like a parabolic path. Not only that, if a aeroplane is at certain heights, when the body is dropped, or when a bottle is dropped from the aeroplane, or some food packet is dropped from the aeroplane, therefore when pilot is observes, it look like a straight line. When the person is on the ground, it look like a parabolic path. These are all examples related to horizontal projectiles only. These are all examples related to horizontal projectiles only. It is about a time of descent, and it is about a range of projectile. On this basis, again we have some example problems. We'll see the problems. Here, see in our material there are some problems are given. I'll tell you that problems, then after we'll see other topics. So, look at here, there is a question is given related to horizontal projectile only. So the question is, see, it is actually page number 41. The question is given page number 41. So let's take as a page number 41, and question number is, that is given as 7. Question number is 7. Look at, a ball is dropped from the roof of a tall building, and simultaneously another ball is thrown horizontally with the same velocity from the same roof. Which ball lands first? Explain your answer. The question is, I'll draw the diagram. So look at, it is one drop, one tower height, or one top of a tower is given. Height is given as h. In the question is given like it is. So the ball is dropped from the roof of a tall building, and simultaneously another ball is thrown horizontally. See the bodies, one body is dropped, and other ball is like this, it is projected. So this we can call horizontal projectile, and this we can call dropped body. So you say this is the first ball and it is the second ball. So which body reaches the first? Explain your answer. So however, you take this body is a freely fall. See, it is a freely fall under a gravity A is equal to 0. So that it is a time taken is a question mark. And coming to the second one, you look at, it is actually moving along the horizontal direction. Therefore, it is after that what happens, again it is falls freely. Say, look at, it is falling freely like this. In this case, u is equal to, you say 0, and it is time taken is t2 question mark, we don't know. and it is actually coming from the height is h under a gravity g. See, you take a first dropped body, you take a first body, that is we can say dropped body, right? So for the dropped body, what will happen, sir? S is equal to ut plus half at square you take. S is nothing but you take as h in the both the cases. So h is equal to u is the freely falling 0 plus half g into t1 square it is. So h is equal to 1 by 2 g t1 square, it is 2h by g is equal to t1 square. So t1 is equal to root over 2h by g. This is for the time taken to reach the ground when the body is dropped from the height h. Like in the same way also you get second body. So the second body is actually projected horizontally like this. So for that it is also u is equal to 0, s is equal to h, t2 we have to get. Again you take s is equal to ut plus half at square. S will be h, u into t plus half g into it is t2 square. So here h is equal to 1 by 2 g t2 square it is. So 2h by g is equal to t2 square. Then t2 is equal to root over 2h by g. So look at for both the bodies. See, both the bodies reaches the ground in a same time. That is, you say final conclusion will be t1 is equal to t2. When dropped body as well as the horizontally projected body, both the bodies takes the same time to reach the ground. Clear? This is related to the question related to horizontal as well as the dropped body. That is the page number 41, question number 7. You go through that, then you will get the solution will be like this. Let us. And we will go for the next one. Right. So there is another question is given on the basis of same projectile, horizontal projectile only. In the page number again, say page number 40. You take a page number 40. Question number is, they've given question number is 6. This was given in the year of 2018 March. So this is a very, very important question, because in the previous question it is this question was given in the our this thing problem. So that you look at your problem. A man runs across the roof of a building. So actually a man is running across the roof of a building and jumps horizontally onto the lower roof of an adjacent building. If his speed is 9 meter per second and the horizontal distance between the building is 10 meter and the height difference between the roof is 9 meter, will he able to land on the next building? Yes, that we have to say, that we have to prove it. I'll tell you. Actually, I'll explain the question. So there are two buildings are given. It is a one building. Of course, you take as a H1 it is, and there is another building is given like this. It is H2 is given. When the person actually is on the other building, see, when he jumps horizontally like this, if he is jumped like this, then the question is what is asking, if his speed is given, the person's speed is given 9 meter per second, clear, and horizontal distance between the two buildings are given between these two, that is range is given as 10 meter, or you say distance between the two roofs or two buildings, and the height difference between the roof is 9 meter. There is a difference between these two is given, h is equal to h1 minus h2, which is given as 9 meter is given. So will he able to land on the next building with this speed? Is he able to land on the next building? That we have to, whether he is able to land or not, that we have to show. Sir, how will get this answer? Very simple. The distance between the 10 meter is there, no, between the two roofs or two buildings. there is a two buildings are given like this. So when if we are finding the range, because when he is jumping onto this, if the range will get more than this, yes, he can able to jump on the building. If less it is, the answer is less than this, therefore he cannot land on the next building. This is our conclusion. The conclusion will be very simple. When he jumps on to the next building, no, then we have to find a range. Let us, by using this information, now I am taking range is equal to u into root over 2h by g. Very simple. Sir, what will be h is given? Actually h is nothing but h1 minus h2. There you write here, there is a formula, it is root over 2h1 minus h2 by g, or else you directly substitute also, no problem. Its speed is given 9 and root 2 into h value is given 9 again, by you take a 9.8 or a 10, is a given value is 10 is given, yeah, better you take 10. Therefore range is equal to 9 into root over, it is 18 by 10. Then range is equal to, yes, 9 into root over, it is 1.8. Of course we don't know our root over 1.8. See, approximately we know root 2 value, right? So root 2 value we know that is 1.414. So that here you write a 1.8 1 by 2, no, actually we should take here we should get by using the binomial expansion, but right away it is not required, we can take directly also. Range is equal to, otherwise you want to write it is like this, 1 plus 0.0, I mean 1.08, it is 1 by 2. So we can take like this. So there is a binomial expansion in maths, it is 1 plus x whole power 1 by n. If x is very less than 1, yes, it is x value is very less than 1. See, which we can take in like this, it is 1 plus x we can take. In by n we can like this. So this is the formula. Actually we can say it is actually we can write like this, 1 plus, I mean there is a formula will be we can say x less than, no, therefore which we can take in as it is 1 plus 0.8, no, x is very less than 1 plus n into x square, n into x plus it is otherwise you take 1 by 2 is 1 by n is there, no, you take a 1 by n and x square by n and so on it is. So you leave all here terms, you take a directly value, that is here it is 1 as it is plus 0.8 by 2. So we may get it is 0.4. So 1.4 will get. So r is equal to 9 into you take a 1.4 it is. Very simple. So that here 9 fours are 24. I'm sorry, 32 it is. So it is I mean to say it is a 9 fours are 36. Right, 9 fours are 36, you take a 6, 3, 9 ones are 1, 3, 1, 2, 12.6 is the range. So yes, he can able to jump on the next building, because range is greater than this, no, the range is 12.6, no? So that he can jump, but is because it is more than 10 meter, yes, definitely he can land on the next building. This we can say the conclusion related to this problem. Clear? So this is actually in the year of 2018, this question was given in our IP examination, right? Okay, and here another question on the basis of same horizontal projectile only. That I'll tell you the question. Once look at the question and go through the materials. In that our material only given. This is all the Telugu Academy questions are from Telugu Academy only. See, on this basis, Look at the question given in the page number 71. Page number 71, question number will be 5 from our material. The question is given, an object is launched from a cliff of 20 meter above the ground at an angle of 30 degree above the horizontal with an initial speed is 30 meter per second. How far horizontal does the object is travels before landing the ground? How far it is asking, how far? So that is asking actually range. In this question is asking range. So that here you take the given question, I will explain you question very clear. This is the tower height is given. So the h is you take as h only. How much height is given? The 20 meter is given, you take. This is the 20 meter height of the tower. And the body projected, actually this is the horizontal, and the body projected to be like this with a velocity u. So which making an angle theta with the horizontal direction. Therefore the path will be like this. Yes, it is also like horizontal projectile only. In this case, what will happen, sir? Here, look at here. It is theta given as 30 degree, it is projected, and with velocity is projected is 30 meter per second, I think. And acceleration due to gravity you take as a g 10 meter per second square. So now he is asking how far horizontal does the object is travels. So that it is a distance is asking, question mark. Very simple it is. We can take a horizontal distance is nothing but a u can be resolved. It is u cos theta, and one more is u sin theta, which is represented like this. So that distance is nothing but a horizontal distance is nothing but a u cos theta into t. Already we know this, right? Now we have to get u is already is there, and theta already 30 degrees is there, but we don't know the time. How much a time does it take? So that for this purpose there is a time we can take like this. This is an explanation related to S is equal to ut plus half at square, right? It is a ut plus half at square. In this case, u will be taken as this u cos u sin theta, then h is equal to minus u sin theta into t plus 1 by 2 gt square we can. Now we have to substitute all the values, and we should get a t value. So that h is given as 20, it is minus u is given as 30, sin 30 is 1 by 2, time we don't know, 1 by 2, g value you take a 10 into t square, 2 ones 2 5s, 2 ones 2 15. So 20 is equal to minus 15t plus 5t square it is. So 20 also you take that side, then we'll get the one quadratic expression. See, in the previous class also I told you one quadratic expression relation. Again you see the general quadratic expression, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Simple, you compare this, it is a quadratic expression in mathematics. You compare this, a is given as 5 and b is given as minus 15 and c is given as 20 minus. Okay, or else we can also divide like without this we can also take, we can rationalize like this, we can divide like this. See, which we can write. See, this is you take a 5 common, t square minus 3t minus 4 is equal to 0, we can write. Directly we can also write like this, it is t square minus 4t plus t minus 4 is equal to 0, because you multiply this and you subtract this, you will get the same. So that you take a t is common here, then t minus 4 plus here you take a 1 is common, then we will get the t minus 4 is equal to 0. So in this we can take a 2 t plus 1 and t minus 4, right? Shall I take like this is equal to 0, so that the t is equal to minus 1. However, time will not get the negatives, but will get the time is in 4 seconds. The body reaches in a time of 4 seconds. The body reaches in a time of 4 seconds. So that range is asking, no, r is equal to u is given as 30, cos 30 you take into time is 4 seconds. So that r is equal to 30 into cos 30 is nothing but a root 3 by 2 into 4, 2 ones 2 4s. So it is range is equal to 60 into 1.732. Suppose you multiply this, approximately we may get, or else you want to leave like this also, no problem, root 3, it is range. This is about a related to horizontal projectile, one example problem. Horizontal projectile, another example problem. So this is all related to horizontal projectiles, right? So that almost related to the projectiles, horizontal and oblique projectiles are finished. Clear? And in this chapter again we have another one, circular motion is there. That circular motion I will take in the next class and I will finish it in the next class, right? So that circular motion, which is again it is there in the rotatory motion also, next chapters also is there. So that I will discuss that is what is a circular motion, what is uniform circular motion is, and what is non-uniform circular motion, that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much. We will see in the next class.